And welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh, it's been quite a long time since I did my last video. Um, I think it's about maybe 3 years ago, so it's a long time. And according to my guides, uh, which I have contact with through my meditations, they urged me to start up again and make some videos because I've had some experiences in since last time. I had one that was quite extraordinary that I think I used like a year to kind of go through that experience. So and now I feel that I can share that, but I will start off with sharing a recent experience because it's not too long. So, but it's still fresh. So I thought that would be a nice kind of starting up experience to share. This actually happened like last week, Thursday, the 5th, a little bit. I think it's what is, yeah, it was noon, a little bit afternoon, and I was in Hamar, which is the closest kind of small city from where I live here in Norway. And I was in this cafe having coffee while I was waiting for my son, which I was going to pick up from school. So I had some time. And that day, I just brought my PC, my computer. Excuse my language. I speak Norwegian normally, so I'm a little bit rusty with my English, but it gets better when I keep on going. So bear with me, please. So I had my computer with me. Uh, that day, I thought it would be nice because I had some time, so a few hours until I was going to pick up my son. So I was going to do this. I was going to write something on my Facebook wall that was very important to me, which I also, a couple of days before that, had coming down to me as a download. So I thought now it's time to write it and actually share it. So I thought this day, Thursday, was a good time to do it. Then I could get out of the house with my computer and kind of focus on it to write it down. So I was in this cafe, I had ordered my coffee, and there was kind of like, it's not much people there, but it was some sitting around here and there. It's a normal day, and I was sitting there typing on my computer, and people was coming and going and coming and going, and the tables were like next to me, like maybe a meter from where I sat, the next table, and I noticed that a person was leaving the table next to me, and it stood empty for a while, and I just kept writing. And then I kind of like in the corner of my eye saw that, okay, here comes another one sitting next to me. But I didn't look at the person. I just noticed it in the corner of my eye, someone coming, walking, and just sat down next to me. Very quiet, very quiet. Okay, it was a little bit noisy in the cafe, but usually when people come and sit down to you very closely, you can hear them. You kind of look at them and you kind of notice them. But this person I just saw in the corner of my eye while I was writing. I didn't actually look at that person right there then, and I just kept on writing. And while I was writing, and like in the middle of the text, I had this urge that I need to kind of look next to me at this person. But then I didn't think of that person coming and sitting down. It was just like intuitively I had to look at the person I was writing, and then I threw a glance to my right side, and this person was sitting there. It was a male, and I I had I kind of like time just stopped, and I had kind of stared at him. I think I looked at him for like 3 seconds, 3, 4 seconds, And then I was just, oh, I can't stare at him, so I have to keep on writing. So I came back to my writing, typing and everything, and I didn't take a notice of it anymore. And when I was done writing, kind of chipped that off and kind of relaxed, uh, I then had another intuition to look at my right side again to that person, to look at that person. So I did, but the person was gone. And I started thinking that's odd because actually sitting so close to me, I would notice if that person would walk. I wasn't that because I was when I was typing, I kind of like looked around a little bit and noticed it kind of like in my view if people came and left. But I noticed that I didn't notice that the person left. So I started thinking a little bit. And then it came to me what I actually had seen when I looked at this male male sitting next to me. I said, "Oh my God, that's odd," because he didn't look. He looked extraordinary. He was completely different from any else I ever seen in a cafe or anybody else, like normal people sitting around. And I kind of started. It came back to me because then I was done typing and then I could relax. It came back to me and I was like, he was odd because he didn't look like other people. And it kind of hit me that his skin was very pale, like very pale, unnormal pale. And he had this black, like this raven pitch black hair. It was very shiny. And he had like half long hair. It was like cut in different lengths with half long. And what I also noticed, he was just sitting in those with those 3 seconds that I looked at him. I remember that he was just sitting, looking straight ahead. And and when I thought about it afterwards, like that was odd because people actually like kind of look and or relax and they maybe have a coffee or eat something. And there was nothing like that. I actually remember that he was just sitting like this, staring straight ahead. And I remember he was quite tall. He was like very tall. I was sitting and so was he, but he was I remember I had to look up to him. I was looking because he was quite tall and like very tall compared to anybody else who was sitting around there. And another very odd thing that his clothings. He had this black and white type clothings. And I remember that it struck me that his clothing was also very off. It was very strange. It was it was like this guy was he was like an how should I put it like an actor sitting there like fixed his face like makeup pale makeup and his hair was perfectly done and he had this black kind of suit or jacket with like a white shirt very neatly dressed but very strange dressed it struck me that this kind of you don't dress like this just walking like on a Thursday in a cafe. I mean, this is it's very odd. So he had strange clothing, black and white, pale, long black hair, was staring straight ahead. And I also noticed that his head was very big, or actually maybe the guy or the male was very tall, so he had a big face with very kind of characteristic features, like a very straight nose and high cheekbones and quite large eyes, dark large eyes. Very odd. It seemed like it was like if I, how should I put it? It's like if you sit there and you don't think of anything, you just sit there and then you see this person next to you. It looks like he's just ready to do a like kind of like gothic vampire movie. He's ready. He's, he got his makeup on and his clothes on, and but it was very odd. These are thoughts that I was thinking afterwards. It's like this weird. It's hard to describe, but for sure it was very odd. And I started thinking afterwards when I kind of like went through the experience. It's like it was weird that people didn't react to him. I mean, if I came in and saw somebody like sitting there, I would go like, my God, who's that? That's weird. He's weird looking, strange, extraordinary. Nobody. It was like nobody saw him but me. Suddenly he was there, and suddenly he was not. But I for sure saw him with my physical eyes. I saw him physically. He was sitting there. And when he was sat, I started thinking that what kind of feeling did I get from him sitting there? And since he was very dark and kind of like looked like a gothic, like vampire-ish, but he was not that. He was not that. This is just me, my consciousness or my mind trying to explain how this guy looked. Uh, but it's weird. It's not kind of for me. It's not normal. I've seen a lot of people in cafes and wherever I am around there. I've seen a lot of people. But when you see a person who is very very off or odd or extraordinary. So for this experience, to me, it was a paranormal experience. That's for sure. Because when I got home and memories started coming and I started going to the experience with what I had seen, a lot of stuff came up, and the experience of this person didn't leave my mind. He was there all the time. I tried to kind of like, I thought maybe this is not anything extraordinary, maybe it's just a normal person, blah blah blah. It's explaining it away from myself, but I couldn't do it. It's just the experience was just stuck. So for sure a paranormal experience, and I think that, and I also noticed that when I was sitting there writing, it was like I felt that somebody was watching me, or I thought maybe this person sitting next to me are watching me writing for some reason that I don't know. It was just a brief feeling I had. But now when I think about it, is this person, but for sure I would categorize this person, this male being, as an extraterrestrial being, just kind of like coming in, sitting there. I don't know what he actually wanted, or but I'm for sure going to look into it. I'm in my meditation. I am going to contact him to see if he will come back to me or if he will manifest again. Because this is it's not often I have these experiences, but this is for sure like a very close encounter with an ET being. Kind of like the experience I did a video on, experience back in the early 90s when I went to this bookstore and this person standing there next to me with this black long coat, long black hair, pulling out this book, which is about star seeds. And kind of like that person, I saw him and I kind of like interacted with him, but then suddenly he just went away and I didn't see him again. I don't know if this person is the same one. I'm not sure, but I'm sure this is not a human being, because he was too extraordinary in his looks and his clothing and his behavior. And it struck me, it really struck me that people around didn't react on him. They didn't. I was like, didn't anybody see him? Was it just me? He was just sitting right there. I mean, I could have touched him. And again, after this experience, I think that maybe, oh, isn't it like this? We often think when we have these kind of experiences, we think, oh God, I wish I could, tap into it right there and then maybe turn around and actually talk to this being, and interact with this being. This is how I feel right now. I'm saying that I should have, well, maybe next time. Or maybe it wasn't supposed to be like that. Maybe just came in, wanted me to see him and have this experience for some reason. It doesn't matter actually. I had this experience, and to me, it was an extraterrestrial being manifesting physically in next to me in this cafe. I think that's everything that's all that matters to me right now. So I wanted to share this experience with you, and I'm sure a lot of you have had same kind of experiences also. So it's nice. It was exciting. It's nice to see that they can come in, actually manifest for some reason that we maybe right here and now doesn't understand, but maybe later we catch on to it and say, oh, okay, that's why. We'll see. By the way, I was searching on the internet to find some kind of picture of this male, what should I say, male humanoid extraterrestrial that kind of like looked like him. It was hard, but I searched and I searched and I searched, and I have some prints that I want to show you. It doesn't quite describe him as I saw him. Not all the details and everything, not the clothing and but somewhat kind of looks like it. If you think about an extraterrestrial being, male, dark-haired, male, pale, extraterrestrial being, you will kind of see what I mean. Okay, so this is kind of like, but the guy I saw had shorter hair, but he had this pale skin and very raven black hair, and he had this black and white clothing. And I have another one. It doesn't fairly describe what I saw, but this is the only thing that I came up with. I wish I had somebody who can draw exactly what I saw, but it's hard to find someone who does that. But this is the closest I can get. And this is another picture of kind of how he looked. So very strange, very odd. Everything was kind of like off with him accordingly to the environment around him. Other people setting the cafe, early afternoon, just sitting there staring straight ahead. I didn't notice if he was drinking or eating or doing anything. It's just sitting there. These strange clothes and the pale skin and yeah. So what can I say? I just wanted to share this experience with you, and you can make up your own mind on what it is. I made up my mind on what it is, and I hope I get to see this person again. Maybe it has some kind of, maybe it's some kind of importance to me. Who knows? We'll see. And I will for sure share any other experiences I have later on related to this experience also. Oh, okay. I think this is it for now. I'm back in the game again, I feel. So to start sharing again. And next time I will share this other experience I had about a year ago, maybe a year and a half now. Very, very powerful experience. Very powerful experience. I've never ever had an experience like this before. It left me with wonder, with tears, with a little bit frightening feelings mixed with a and yeah, there is no way I can describe it. No way. So I will share that experience and I'll try to explain it as correctly as I can. It's been a long time, but I had to use like a year and a half now to process what I experienced because it was a quite heavy, quite powerful experience. So I will be back and share that one. So until then, I hope this will be helpful in any kind of way. And if there's anything you would like to ask or share with me, please contact me. I have a Facebook page and I have my YouTube, so I have my information there. You can look it up and contact me if there's anything I can do for you or if you want to share an experience with me, because I think sharing what we experience with each other, I kind of think that is very, very important. And I think we'll learn a lot by doing that. Yeah. So, I think that's it for now. And I wish you all well until next time. And please stay tuned. I hope it won't be so long until my next video. It's always hard to start up again, but once I do, I kind of like start going. So be kind, keep your eyes to the skies, have an open mind, loving heart, and good intentions. With that approach, anything can happen. Anything. See you soon. Bye bye.